Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, tourism is among the priority sectors of President Samia's administration. Her Excellency the President has been championing the revamping of the sector post-COVID-19. And through her innovative marketing documentary, famously known as the Royal Tour, Her Excellency has succeeded to revitalize the sector, and we have started to witness positive results in terms of increased tourist arrivals as well as revenues. Her contribution has been recognized by the World Tourist Organization during the Commission for Africa meeting held this October in Arusha, where she was given an award in promoting and reinvigorating the tourism sector, as well as making tourism a key economic driver. The significance of tourism sector in Tanzania is evidenced by its performance before the outbreak of COVID-19. For example, in 2019, the sector contributed 25% of total export earnings, generated revenue to the tune of $2.6 billion, and created more than 1.6 million direct and indirect jobs. And in that year, the country received 1.53 million inbound tourists. Post-COVID-19 recovery is also promising. According to the 2022 National Tourism Survey, tourism earnings recovered by 83% to $1.3 billion in 2021, where we received 922,692 tourists, which is an increase of about 48.6% compared with the performance in 2020. The government recognizes the importance of private sector as the driver and engine of the tourism sector over the years, and we have been taking a number of legal and fiscal reforms to support the growth of the sector. We have continued to improve tourism infrastructure, which includes construction of the standard gauge railway, building and repairing roads, airports, tourist camps, hiking trails, and scaling up our national carrier, Air Tanzania, in order to facilitate travels within Tanzania, as well as connecting the country to key tourist source markets. Also, since 2020, the government has been working to align infrastructures and providing incentives to attract investment in MICE tourism as our strategic tourism product. In addition, we are vigorously promoting other tourist attractions, especially in the southern corridor of our country, namely Mikumi, Ruaha, Nyerere, Uzungwa National Parks, which we believe have a great potential to boost this sector and take it to even greater heights. The achievements recorded in the pre-COVID-19 pandemic period and the recent recovery is a clear testimony of our joint efforts by the government and the private sector to boost the development of the tourism sector. I therefore take this opportunity to welcome all investors to come to Tanzania and partner with us. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Tanzania is uniquely endowed with tourist attractions and resources comparable to none. Over 30% of the total land area, which is almost equivalent to the size of Germany, is preserved for national parks and reserves, marine parks, and the likes. Tanzania is home to 22 national parks, 24 game reserves, 27 controlled areas, 38 wildlife management areas, 19 nature reserves, 1 conservation area, and 3 Ramsar sites. In addition, the country has more than 125 ecological sites and historical sites, including the Oltupai Gorge, which is arguably the most important fossil site in the world that holds the earliest evidence of human ancestors. Moreover, we are also blessed with over 1,400 kilometers of coastline with pristine beaches, 3 marine parks, 15 marine reserves, 3 Great Lakes, the Spice Islands of Zanzibar, and on top of all this, Tanzania is home to the roof of Africa, Mount Kilimanjaro. The existence of all these attractions position Tanzania amongst the most popular tourist destinations in the world. And according to the 2022 Africa Nomad Report, Zanzibar is ranked 11th most loved destination in the world out of the top 100. In the same listing, the Northern Corridor was ranked the 12th. And in addition, according to the CNN Travel, the Ngorongoro Reserve and Kilimanjaro Mountain constitute 30 of Africa's most amazing places to visit. And as we have just been told, this month, our Serengeti National Park, famous for the annual wildebeest migration, won the UK-based World Travel Award 2022 as Africa's best national park 4 times consecutively since 2019. Congratulations to Serengeti. And the same award has named Nungwi Beach in Zanzibar as Africa's leading beach destination for the 2nd year running. So it is my hope that most of you will find time to visit one or the other of these tourist sites and get to be part of the unforgettable experience. I also wish to invite investors here present to use the opportunity to acquire all necessary information on investing in the tourism sector in Tanzania. There is a plethora of investment opportunities, including construction of hotels, lodges, holiday homes, developing amusement parks, sea and lake cruising, as well as expanding our tour operators and agencies, to say the least. I wish to assure you that Tanzania is the right place to invest, given the unique natural beauty, abundant tourism potentials, conducive policy framework, as well as peace, political stability, and a committed government leadership. Honorable ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, it is my expectation that through this expo, we will have a wide range of constructive discussions that will enable further strengthening of the tourism sector and thus stimulate accelerated economic and social development of our country. The government is ready to receive and act on your opinions and recommendations to address any concerns that you may have. Before I conclude my remarks, I also wish to challenge the ministries of tourism and other stakeholders in this sector As I have illustrated, Tanzania is unquestionably endowed with abundant tourist attractions. However, the sector is not contributing to the economy as it should, compared with other peer countries with equivalent or even a less number of attractions. We need to ask ourselves, what are we not doing right? I am of the view that it is about time the ministries responsible for tourism on the mainland side as well as in Zanzibar and all stakeholders to take bold and aggressive promotion strategies to capitalize on President Samia's initiatives with emphasis on tapping the new or sleeping tourist sites across the country. And while doing so, we should also strongly promote domestic tourism and entice more citizens of different age groups to visit our ample tourist sites. I understand much progress has been made to entice tourist spending, as evidenced by the 2022 National Tourism Survey, whereby spending per tourist has improved from $199 US per day in 2021 compared with $152 US in 2020. Now, to achieve the $6 billion annual tourism earnings target by 2025 that you mentioned, we need to do more. And the general public is encouraged to take an opportunity to supply goods demanded by tourists, including the local cuisine and artifacts. I also wish to task the banking sector to continue easing payment systems, particularly encouraging the use of credit cards in the service industry, as well as service delivery and point of sale. On the other hand, players in the sector, including government institutions, must continue to enhance clientele services and address tourist concerns. Honorable Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, before I end my remarks, I feel obliged to thank and recognize the support from SITE2022 key sponsors that were mentioned,